Good evening. Couple things. One kind of and the other one kind of. And the first one, I saw my psychiatrist today, and I had really had my hopes up that she was going to release me to go back to work. I mean, I walked in there completely anticipating that she was going to say, well, I think you're ready to go back to work. Let's go ahead and give it a try. And, yeah, that didn't happen. She put me back on the Tegretol because I'm just having too many side effects with the risperidone, and I didn't have as many on the Tegretol. So we're back on that. She didn't like the fact that my mood is still all over the place. I think Marie had pointed it out that she could actually see that my mood was all over the place. Been kind of fidgety lately since I've been on the risperidone, but hopefully with the Tegretol I won't be as twitchy. The other thing is, while I was watching TV this evening, I had a huge memory. Huge. No, stop it. It floored me. I could always remember when Jonathan actually died. The moment that he was killed. I could never remember the trip there or the trip back home. So, and I always wanted to remember. I guess that's weird. I always wanted to remember the trip there and the trip back. Because I always felt that if I could remember those two things, then I could validate what happened. So I'm sitting and I'm watching TV. I'm watching TV about the twins that Mangla had experimented on. I know. I'm in a fragile state. Why the fuck am I watching something so heavy? I was just feeling in that kind of mood. Today just was not a great day. So I have no idea what my therapist would say about that. I sort of do. She would totally write it down. Stop it. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden my vision kind of blurred. I don't know if any of you have experienced this when you get a memory, but my vision started to blur, and kind of wavering in and out of my vision was the trip there to the place where he was killed. And we were on a plane. And I remember us driving on the other side of the road. And then it dawned on me. The reason why, because Beth was created. Beth was created the night that he was killed. And she took the name and the accent of the first person that she heard. And it always made me wonder, why was it British? Why was it always a British accent? And then we were in England. when it happened. We were in England. And as I was chatting with Melissa, telling her that I remembered some more details, and I can remember the name of one of the guys that was there. I'm not going to say it on here, but I remember one of the names of one of the guys that was there. Like his full name. I remember a Beth, a Lowell, and a Garrett. And I remember Garrett's last name. But I remember that there was a lot of trees. There was some rolling hills. And then there was this huge, vast amount of trees. And there was this huge field. And when I was telling Melissa that, she said, well, that kind of narrows it down to a lot of places in England. And I was like... And so I sat there for a minute. I let Randy out. And as I was waiting for him to come back in, it just kind of started clicking with me that it started with an R. Like Remington or Remingard, Remingate. Some, you know... I just kept going through and through and through and through until I got to, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. But it's Regate. R-E-I, I'll put it like right here. R-E-I-G-A-T-E. It's just south of London. And... I looked at it on the aerial map, on Google Map, and I'll try to put a picture of the area here. And, oh, it just blew me away. Because once I saw it on the aerial view, it freaking clicked. It just freaking clicked. Like, all the other stuff just kind of came rolling back. And I remember that we drove during the night, and it was so damp. And as we were driving back, I remember just looking out of the window, and I could remember the smell of the car. That even that copper smell had kind of just lodged itself in my nostrils, and I couldn't shake it. But every once in a while, the smell of the leather in the car would kind of waft in like it was a brand new car. But I can't remember like the colors of the car or anything like that. I don't think I would have gotten that memory if I hadn't had a breakdown, or if I hadn't been in treatment at Lakeside. I don't think I would have gotten that memory. And it's so shocking, because I never thought that I would remember the whole thing. But there it is. But those are the two things that I wanted to share with you. I have to go take the plastic away from Dory now. So I hope you guys will have a good night.